What is meditation? Asks Swami Vivekananda, and answers himself, meditation is the power which enables us to resist all this manifold manifestation of alluring names and forms, which distract our minds from our chosen path. Nature may call us, look, there is a beautiful thing. I do not look. Now she says there is a beautiful smell, smell it. I say to my nose, do not smell it, and the nose doesn't. Eyes do not see. Nature does such an awful thing, kills one of my children and says, now, rascal, sit down and weep. Go to the depths. I say, I don't have to. I jump up. I must be free. Try it sometimes. In meditation, for a moment, you can change your nature. Now, if you had that power in yourself, would not that be heaven, freedom? That is the power of meditation. How is it to be attained? In a dozen different ways. Each temperament has its own way. But this is the general principle: get hold of the mind. The mind is like a lake, and every stone that drops into it raises waves. These waves do not let us see what we are. The full moon is reflected in the water of the lake, but the surface is so disturbed that we do not see the reflection clearly. Let it be calm. Do not let nature raise the wave. Keep quiet, and then after a little while she will give you up. Then we know what we are. God is there already, but the mind is so agitated, always running after the senses. You close the senses, and yet you whirl and whirl about. Meditation is concentration of mind and its innate powers. The untrained mind is scattered, as it runs after every sensation obtained through the sense organs. The mind needs to be weaned from those contacts with the senses and then collected together, concentrated into a single force, and directed towards a lofty object that is pure, holy, and spiritually uplifting, no matter whether it is personal or impersonal. Swamiji says, meditation is the gate that opens infinite joy to us. Prayers, ceremonials, and all other forms of worship are simply kindergartens of meditation. You pray, you offer something. A certain theory existed that everything raised one's spiritual power. The use of certain words, flowers, lights brings the mind to that attitude, but that attitude is always in the human soul, nowhere else. People are all doing it, but what they do without knowing, do knowingly. That is the power of meditation. The embodied soul has forgotten its real nature. Rather, it is not aware of it. By concentration and meditation, the soul can realize its true nature. One of the methods advocated is the purification of thought, word, and deed, called as Trikarana Shuddhi. It is a slow and gradual process. It sounds funny, but nonetheless cannot be denied that whenever we try to sit quiet and collect our mind and think of concentrating it on some elevating ideal, our mind rebels and refuses to obey at first and flies here, there, and everywhere, except to the object of concentration. Swamiji portrays to us the pitiable plight of this maddened monkey in his Rajyoga. How hard it is to control the mind. Well has it been compared to the maddened monkey. There was a monkey, restless by his own nature, as all monkeys are. As if that were not enough, someone made him drink freely of wine, so that he became still more restless. Then a scorpion stung him. When a man is stung by a scorpion, he jumps about for a whole day, so the poor monkey found his condition worse than ever. To complete his misery, a demon entered into him. What language can describe the uncontrollable restlessness of that monkey? The human mind is like that monkey, incessantly active by its own nature. Then it becomes drunk with the wine of desire, thus increasing its turbulence. After desire takes possession comes the sting of the scorpion of jealousy at the success of others, and last of all the demon of pride enters the mind, making it think itself of all importance. How hard to control such a mind! In order to succeed in this task of controlling the mind and attaining concentration on a particular object that is spiritually elevating, Swamiji's prescription is pratyahara, which he describes in these words. The first lesson, then, is to sit for some time and let the mind run on. The mind is bubbling all the time. It is like the monkey jumping about. Let the monkey jump as much as he can, you simply wait and watch. Knowledge is power, says the proverb, and that is true. Until you know what the mind is doing, you cannot control it. Give it the rein, many hideous thoughts may come into it, and you will be astonished that it was possible for you to think such thoughts. But you will find that each day the mind's vagaries are becoming less and less violent, that each day it is becoming calmer. In the first few months, you will find that the mind will have a great many thoughts. Later, you will find that they have somewhat decreased, and in a few more months, they will be fewer, until at last the mind will be under perfect control. But we must patiently practice every day. As soon as the steam is turned on, the engine must run. As soon as things are before us, we must perceive. So a man, to prove that he is not a machine, must demonstrate that he is under the control of nothing. This controlling of the mind and not allowing it to join itself to the centers is pratyahara. How is this practiced? It is a tremendous work, not to be done in a day. Only after a patient, continuous struggle for years can we succeed.